next up, and I'm next up. Wish you the best luck with it. I'm too blessed, easy how we did it, no rest stops. Just pressure, more moves, just knowing it get better. More tunes, just run it and get writing. Old news, there's nothing that I've been vibing to. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truth. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truths. See me, I'm out running, put a little doubt on it. Without the feelings of bouncing, I wouldn't break out from it. Proper way out of it, operate well for this. To swing right back in my face, how come it's the times that I have it all in place? Something breaks and changes for the worst, all it takes. One mistake, regardless of intention stated. Strangers will take offense for the nameless. Shameless, finding a way to feel hated, then turn that hatred to someone else less deserving. The serpents are slick but get burnt quick, observe. From the top perch waiting. Stop with the hating, faking. If I stink, it's the fragrance that I'm blazing. Moments in time worth saving. Short-term memory loss ain't amazing, but relaxation from times demonstrating. When pain hits, put it in gear, get paid in your placement. Too many people replaceable, so you gotta be more than capable. If you know what I'm saying, bars that I'm laying are blueprints. Give a F what who thinks when it's my life and I make it. Right there where I left off, never really cared about next up, and I'm next up. Wish you the best luck with it. I'm too blessed, easy how we did it, no rest stops. Just pressure, more moves, just knowing it get better. More tunes, just run it and get writing. Old news, there's nothing that I've been vibing to. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truth. All the same, it ain't just my view. All the game, it got me too confused. All the names and that fame ain't you. Fool the plays and let them change your truths.
Top tier, it's like Pac here. The coaches say don't talk to the law, the cops weird. It's not a nigga that I fear, my eyes clear. What I did in 10, I'm quadrupling in 5 years. Standards, we don't even respect the slander. They asking questions but trying to contaminate the answers. Never picked up the bandana life. These niggas toting guns that they can't even handle right. Keep the shit a stack, we don't got a chance. We just working on a couple $1 million plans. I'm making invisible moves like I'm Hollow Man. The game will make you feel like you ain't real until you shot a man. And he gotta be the same color skin. That harsh reality, who trying to cap the lid? Don't be investing all that money if your album in. Don't be investing all that money if your album in. They say, what if you fail? I say, God forbid. That hate they was wishing on me, I got the opposite. That's why I throw my lokes on some Big Papa shit. Tell them I'm coming and I'm rocking who I'm rocking with.
You say I am not a racist. I say you're hiding behind biases and fake shit. It's blind hatred, outdated and pervasive. But when it's time to speak your mind, you find that you don't say shit. You can't face it, so you get wasted till you're higher than the bassist. Your pupils dilated, looking up online for something unrelated. But you can't take it, human rights is insane. It feels invasive and it's innate, but you aim to debate it anywhere that will take it. You persuasively claim a racist to blame for its ailments, but it's so painfully racist. Prejudiced, ableist, discrimination, you name it. But whatever the label, you're brainless. It's just copy and pasted. Fascist fabrications, you just have to have a say and display these crazy ideations. You conjugate with Nazis, promote their proclamations, mob with right-wing parties, and dream of the ethno-state. You once said, I am not a racist. Now instead you say you'd never tip a black waitress. But hey, you made it. No longer feel you have to fake it to make it. Successfully indoctrinated, but know that even me inebriated could see that we should be peacefully and pleased to be amalgamated.
She that's why we get high. Part 1, yeah, she my part 2. Give me part of late night. After 2, girl, you know coming through. Shawty, I'ma get right. Girl, you know what I'm tryna do. I ain't got all night. I'ma share what this boy can do. I'ma share what this money can do. Yeah, I'ma share what I look at. Say what this money can do, yeah.
stay filthy. The way I murder these beats, slay like a drag queen or Santa on a runway. You feel me? Like a camcorder case, support me, miss me with the hate. One day, you see me with the greats. Get me on shade, 4-5 sway, flex LA leakers. I'll kill they speakers, just wait.
She just want to get high. Part one, yeah, she my part two. Give me pon a late night. After two, girl, you know coming through. Shawty, I'ma get right. Girl, you know what I'm tryna do. I ain't got all night. I'ma share what this boy can do. I'ma share what this money can do. Yeah. I'ma share what I know I can do. I'ma share what this money can do.
Come on, show me what your body can do. You they got me acting a fool. I'ma do the fighting for you. Feeling like I know kung fu. Come on, sit beside me. Feel the way we've been vibing. Taking off, we've been climbing. Altitude, we stay high. Shifting like the whip I'm driving. Pick up the pace, jumping, we're riding. Feel it in the bass, the timing. Chilly, the delivery, skates on sliding. Fire, like a drive-by heist. I can light it up. I can go all night like we in the club. You gon' recognize if it's one of us. Show 'em how it's done.
She just want to get high. Part one, yeah, she my part two. Give me pon a late night. After two, girl, you know coming through. Shawty, I'ma get right. Girl, you know what I'm tryna do. I ain't got all night. I'ma share what this boy can do. I'ma share what this money can do. Yeah. I'ma share what I know I can do. I'ma share what this money can do.
Yeah, standard.
It's 23.
They got you fighting over crumbs to the beat of the drum. We only get one. I lost my mind to the light. Do I have to say I don't wanna die? Took too many days, I lost too many nights. I lost it all, but I really need to see the bigger picture. Bigger picture. Against the man in the mirror. What a bloody ugly sinner. He's a sinner. I'm trying to be a winner. No one's holding me back. Finding pleasure in the moment. But I don't see the acceptance. I don't see it. Can you see I'm on the way up? It's all about the way up. I'm still looking down. I have these fools. Yeah, it's standard. All of these tours and awards. It's standard. All of the ladies love it. Standard. All the people know this is the standard. I have these fools. Yeah, it's standard. All of these tours and awards. It's standard. All of the ladies love it. Standard. All the people know this is the anthem. Yeah, standard. Yeah, standard. Waiting. We're always bloody waiting. Really, that's an understatement. Living in the future, missing in the present. Are you ever coming back? No, I wouldn't either. So I'm waiting on the creeper. It's such a deceiver. I feel the Grim Reaper taking me back. I have these fools. Yeah, standard. All of these tours and awards. It's standard. All of the ladies love it. Drop top, I'm spitting it, ay, ay, ay. Undefeated in the drop top, I'm spitting in. Every building it just swallow like a cinnamon. Never minimum invisible with a pedigree. When I see you, better keep up with that energy. I stay undefeated. Always go bad for now, the floor is heated. Keeping it moving like in the Caribbean. Win, 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 that's what my people saying. Gang is always full of what we eat. PJ to the city for the beat. If they get a table, then I'm gone. Alcohol to raise my serotonin. Yeah, better keep up with that energy. Don't get better when you end up as the enemy. Another push you on the tour till they get punched up by this ebony. I'm a staple in the game. Stack the paper and I held it with a name. Strapped up my price up, no cap, I'm on 8. Now man gets packed up and tapped up to late. Yeah, Rocky Marciano. Unbeatable 06, Adriana. Come like a rage bull, Murcielago. Capital super chilly, Santiago. Undefeated in the drop top, I'm spitting in. Every building it just swallow like a cinnamon. Never minimum invisible with a pedigree. When I see you, better keep up with that energy. I stay undefeated. Always go bad for now, the floor is heated. Keeping it moving like in the Caribbean. Win, 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 that's what my people say. Win, win, win. Doing everything, I'm a different breed. Rich and Millie chilling on the sleeve. Never rented, I just invented a new position. Wonder if I'll ever have any as competition. Killer the leader in different arenas. Hidden power, I'm on the come up, the boy like a Trias. All these people tweeting the unit and wanted to meet us. Truck hat, wherever they call me the king like Elias. I'm that, wherever they focus on. Still I always reign above the sentence and pour it on. Acting like you tough, the bravado like Jason Bourne. Then coming out a pussy sticky Vicky from Benidorm. Bitch, I'm really doing this shit. Yeah, Rocky Marciano. Unbeatable 06, Adriana. Come like a rage bull, Murcielago. Capital super chilly, Santiago. Undefeated in the drop top, I'm spitting in. Every building it just swallow like a cinnamon. Never minimum invisible with a pedigree. When I see you, better keep up with that energy. I stay undefeated. Always go bad for now, the floor is heated. Keeping it moving like in the Caribbean. Win, 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 that's what my people saying.
Jay has always been a go-getter. As a child, Jay had grabbed at everything she tried with both hands, always singing, dressing up and putting on shows. BMX was her passion and Jay had practiced and practiced, never giving up. Even when she had a nasty accident and broke her arm, Jay came out after a week in hospital and she got straight back on the BMX with her arm in plaster. Jazz continued with the same passion for religion. In everything she does, I'm very proud of her.
I can't seem to get this notion off my mind. I can't seem to get this notion off my mind. I can't seem to get this notion off my mind. I can't seem to get this notion.
Trying to up my faculty, I made happiness from agony. Overstimulated cause these people now are a fan of me. The mass is drawn like gravity. A bit louder, practicing my alchemy. Shots now I'm hanging off the balcony. Coach how I'm living off this rapping fee. Forgiving cause I have to be. Hang me up in gallery. I worked so hard last year, I lost calories. I didn't get here randomly, can't doubt my come up candidly. I'm hurting haters' salaries. Charge batteries, charge like flattery. Backhanded people, we ain't sweet like daiquiri. I can't stand you, I don't talk much but I plan to. I'm hot like Cancun, reserved not ran through. I know you can't relate, the path that I dictate. It's kinda different how I hold the hate with such grace. It's kinda different how I grew from the bottom and documented every stage. I wasn't planted, I was raised. And writing bars was not a phase, fam, I was penning every day. The way the ink sprayed, nothing like that low grade. That's that magic touch. Still Irish guilt from the Catholic clutch, gripping on my psyche. In school they never liked me, and if they did, then why they do that fucking shit to spite me? Got rappers on their high knees, I got bigger fish to fry. Now I ain't a Pisces, raw and real is likely, barring like the 90s. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my place. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my place. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my place. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. Yeah, they study me begrudgingly, made pretty from the ugly. I kinda miss the funny me, but life was never lovely. These man them try get cuddly. I rap and dip so suddenly they'll never know what's underneath. I'm Potter and they're Dudley. They all want access company. Why do I move so humbly? It's always those who don't show love who want support abundantly. The work break like an iceberg, so they think I got here luckily. Real ones don't get uppity and don't project their fuckery. Wide awake and intentional, absorbing life. That's why I shiver at the thought of ever dating dormant guys. Now not transactional, don't think I'm the rewarding type. Most people dodge my company once they see I saw the lies. Very much aware the more I learn that I ain't wise. We're killing everything around us knowing that we won't survive. I say I don't do this for money, up the deal by 5. They're talking about the treasure deep below like their man took the dive. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my place. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my place. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my place. State of the world, but I'm at my place as well. State of the world, but I'm at my I can't seem to get this notion off my mind. I can't seem to get this notion off my mind. I can't seem to get this notion off my mind. Why can't I be like them people and have fun? 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. Block out the noise. Yeah, I never get gassed by the hype. I'm so extra with time, they should speak but they type. They're a dog if they bite, for so wrong to be right, but the future is bright. Crystals around me, they evil. I've been through so many drawers, I could eye up the sides. Put the pattern near the door of the window to dry when it's wet and it's poor, but I need it to fly. These days can't be there when they need me. Toxic, ruthless, nothing's beneath me. Invoice ting, how could I do freebie? Not too tough on a social kiki. Awkward you and my small talk squeaky. I want peace and love like Rafiki. Pothole roads on my own ain't easy, but I pattern it always the cheeky. I just wanna block out the noise and skank. Never been a vapor, always been dank. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Could have been euros, pounds or francs. Actors, could have been Cruise or Hanks. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise, the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise, the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. I'm in CBS, still breezy. Harass my ting, best block and delete me. I don't wanna talk online, come see me. I don't wanna live your life, you pre me. I don't wanna be your babes or sweetie. I need all the love, I'm greedy. Deja vu, I feel sleepy. Here for a long time, couldn't be briefly. My archive more than a buy and sell. Got a dub for the highest clientele. Always in a rush, can't help myself. Chain smoke like I can't help my health. I'm all ears if you up my wealth. I worked it out, now I'm rap boys hell. Come knock me down cause I'm hard to quell. Got the scene on my lap like Adele. I just wanna block out the noise and skank. Never been a vapor, always been dank. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Could have been euros, pounds or francs. Actors, could have been Cruise or Hanks. Gave them hope, I'm the one they thank. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise, the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise, the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. Block out the noise, the noise. Straight to the bank. Block out the noise, the noise. 16 bars, take straight to the bank. shape back to the sender. I'm top 5, doesn't matter what gender. Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit proud and I watch their agenda.
I'm a commandment bender, bossy, couldn't use me for a sender. Low-key, watch how I stepped in slender. OG, now I'm a big swag lender.
Repackage shape back to the sender. I'm top 5, doesn't matter what gender. Hit loud till my body feels tender. I sit proud and I watch their agenda.
I'm a commandment bender, bossy, couldn't use me for a sender. Low-key, watch how I stepped in slender. OG, now I'm a big swag lender. Yeah, better be bread on a phone call, I could've been gone but I'm local. People ask me why I'm a different guy. At 16, how I provide. The family name I'm paving, I done glass though, they think that I made it. I made changes and I do regular shows, but I still don't know what fame is. I cut through and my car got tints. Came so far from feeling paro, the path was narrow, it is what it is. Helped too much, so I'm feeling rinse. Brand new path, life couldn't defeat me. Jordan 4, so I stepped so neatly. I got throwaway bars that are better than your whole CD. Better come pre me.
I rep CB5 and NG. They don't grind or work, they envy. I leave a mark on them like Mendy, and I don't need to approach despite their hate. To my face, they always act friendly. It's funny how they mix in the medley.
Hello. I've tried going live on TikTok as well, but it's not working again. I need to figure out how to make this make a vertical version of the stream, I think. Then it might work. But oh well. It's a shame because I liked what I gleamed from streaming on TikTok the other day. It seemed pretty cool. So as soon as I can, I'll fucking figure that out and stream on TikTok. Okay. I think I must start watching some YouTube first, possibly. The music so far has been Jay Had a Dream. Alright. What's going on? Nothing wants to work today. This is fun. Hey! Yay! I don't know what was going on there. It's capturing quite a lot, but okay, that's cool. I'm starting with 3i Atlas because I want to know what the fuck's going on. Hope I sound okay. Played around with some filters. There's a lot going on here. Look at that. Too many faces. Too many of my faces. Okay. I love RV Loeb. That's got to be the first one I go to. Mute that one.
Back International Asteroid Warning Network launched an emergency defense probe after the interstellar comet, also known as 3I Atlas, exhibited unusual behavior. And we're talking to the man who thinks there's way more to this comet than actually meets the eye. This is incredible. Have you been following this online? I have been following, and it looks like all of the world is following too.
Yeah, well, and I'm one of those new people who are following. So if we ask you some silly questions, thank you, Avi Loeb, for joining us, Harvard astrophysicist. You're the person we've gone to a couple times for this topic, plus other interstellar things. But let's talk about the new things with 3I Atlas. That's the correct way to pronounce it, correct?
Yes, it is. The name is simply that it refers to the third interstellar object from outside the solar system that is visiting us. Only the third in history, because just over the past decade we had survey telescopes to find such things. And Atlas is a telescope 0.5 meter in diameter in Chile that discovered it on July 1st.
Love the way he says Chile.
And we can talk about why it's very fitting for us to discuss it as we approach Halloween.
You know, Avi, first of all, we love talking to you because you always have great insight. So thank you so much for doing this.
And you make it easy to understand, which is nice.
And we talked to you, I think it was earlier this month, about this same topic, but there's some new information now in terms of photos that have been released. What have we learned so far because of these new photos?
Well, the sharpest photo we had was from the Hubble Space Telescope, and it showed a glow in front of the object towards the sun, rather than what we see usually around comets, where you see an extension of a cometary tail that goes away from the sun because dust and gas are being pushed by the solar radiation and wind. In this case, it was looking different. And the object is also inferred to be very large, comparable to Manhattan Island. And, you know, that was very surprising because it's at least 1,000 times more massive than the previous two interstellar objects. So the question was, you know, is it something other than a natural object? It followed the trajectory that was aligned with the planets around the sun, so perhaps it's on some reconnaissance mission. And most recently we noticed over the month of September that the glow is changing direction. It's now in both directions towards the sun.
I heard about this already.
An even crispier image than the one from the Hubble telescope. Claim is that because of, and now actually sun, that's on object is approaching the closest distance from the sun. That's on October 29th. And the problem is we can't observe it from Earth because it's on the opposite side of the sun. So when you look at the sun during the daytime, right now, the 3I Atlas is flying behind it, perhaps for a reason. You know, if it's a technological object, that's the best time for it to do a maneuver when it's closest to the sun, to take advantage of the sun's gravity. That's what we do with our own spacecraft. And so the question is, will it appear on a different path after passing close to the sun? And of course, if that happens, you know, the stock market may crash because it would mean that, you know, we have some risk involved. However, if it it continues along its original path. You know, it could still be that it releases some probes that go to the various planets and maneuver.
Love a good probe.
So we should keep our eyes on this ball of light to figure out whether it's natural or technological. Often, you know, in science, we don't face a situation where what we discover has implications to our daily life. And this is a very unusual case where, you know, even if the risk is small, if you say it's most likely a rock, you know, it could have huge consequences if it's not a rock. So therefore, we have to discuss that as a possible, you know, a black swan event that we haven't anticipated.
What does that mean, like a black swan event? Also, I mean, there's so many things that you just mentioned that I guess I have questions about. One, the stock market, because I think the average viewer maybe isn't as well versed in this topic. How would it affect
the average viewer probably isn't on the stock market either.
Right, so we all know about the dinosaurs that were killed by a giant rock the size of Manhattan Island 66 million years ago. You know, that was unexpected. The dinosaurs felt very proud of themselves dominating Earth, but they didn't look up and this rock killed them. Now, that's a risk for humanity as well, and we think that we can prevent such a damage by monitoring rocks that may come close to Earth. But that
my neck
assumes
does
that
not
these are
like the
rocks
cold
that
weather.
We can forecast how they will behave. Just imagine alien technology, some spacecraft that can maneuver in ways that we cannot anticipate. It's much more complicated, and of course, if we ever encounter that, you know, it's a blind date of interstellar proportions. You don't know who is on the other side. Of course, you're hoping that it's a friendly visitor, but it could be a serial killer. So, you know, there will be a sense of urgency and uncertainty, just like you see a visitor to your backyard, and the concern is the visitor will show up in your front door, you know, so you have to worry about what to do in a short time. And, you know, that would involve, of course, policymakers, and that can be.
The question to you is, what do you think it actually is? And if it is potentially, you know, something dealing with aliens, what should we be preparing for? You mentioned the stock market. Is there anything we can do to kind of brace ourselves for this? Because that could potentially be...
Why does that presenter on the right look so much like Maya Jama?
terrifying or even catastrophic.
I'm scared.
Yeah,
For
well,
sure.
yeah, that's right. I mean, in the context of intelligence agencies, you know, they are always prepared for low probability events with huge implications, because when you don't prepare for that, you are surprised, and that could be quite dangerous. However, we were never prepared for this kind of a scenario. We always thought about rocks coming from the sky. These are meteors, and I completely agree with you that we should change the way we address, because right now we are entering a new era. There is the Rubin Observatory in Chile that will find interstellar visitors every few months, and so we should be ready for such a situation. And the question is, what kind of plan should we make in case we notice some alien technology? I sent a white paper submitted to the United Nations International Astronomical
Wild
Union,
ninja.
bringing up this point.
Hell yeah, I want to catch that. Exclamation mark. Pokey catch. The ingesks are so cool.
That
Little
we
bugs.
should be better prepared. But I do think, you know, realistically speaking, that the politicians will take it seriously after the first encounter. And then, you know, we will have to establish an alert system that includes probes in the outer solar system that alert us to any incoming technological object. And then we have to decide how to deal with it. Should we intercept them? And my view on that is that it really depends on the details of what these visitors are. You know, we have to figure them out, to learn as much as possible about them, and, you know, come close to any of them and take some close-up photographs to infer what they are about. And but it may well be that, you know, if they are representing technologies far more advanced than ours, that we won't be able to do much.
And I guess, in my belief, it's best to leave them alone. Especially if they're more advanced than us.
and then it will introduce a lot of uncertainty about the implications. And it's something we haven't discussed in the past, but now I think we should.
October 29th is the date you said, right? So we all need to be bracing for everything. Maybe Halloween won't go the way we thought. Okay, I want to ask you about this because you did write that interesting article, that piece that you were saying that you put out. I think that was last week. And you mentioned there that, this is not kind of like the first time. So do you think interstellar beings have visited Earth in the past? And if the answer is yes, when and what were the results? Did they just come through space and then go back to where they came from? Do we know?
Well, that's an excellent question. Recorded human history is only 8,000 years old, and that's 1 part in a million of the age of the Milky Way galaxy. So we just don't know what happened before humans started recording their history. I discussed it on Friday with Joe Rogan in an episode that should come out soon, perhaps tomorrow, or definitely this week. I'm completely open-minded about that. It's possible that we just don't know how much traffic we had of such visits and what the implications were in the past, and whether they put any monitors in our baby room. Our civilization is so young, they might think of us as a baby that needs some monitors in the baby room, and then if they see anything worrisome, they might actually show up in a way that we don't anticipate. So it's possible that, in fact, just today I'm finishing a paper about an object that was defined as a quasi-moon, a mini-moon that was added perhaps to the actual moon that we have. It was discovered just a couple of months ago near Earth, and this is an interesting question as to whether such an object, suddenly we see a mini-moon that is around us. Is that the monitor, installed by some interstellar visitor? We have to keep our eyes on the sky and figure things out based on data, based on evidence, rather than speculations. And I'm just suggesting that we keep this in mind, because the worst thing you can do is ignore any potential risk from alien technology.
I did see, Avi, some articles posted, and it didn't seem like it was the best sources, so maybe I didn't really believe it with that second moon, quote unquote. I have a two-part question for you. One, talking about some of the, quote unquote evidence, I guess we're seeing that 3I Atlas could be a mothership and rather than just an object, because I saw reports that a tail was changing directions on it. And then another part is what we have on the bottom of our screen there, that it's Manhattan-sized comet. How much damage could that do?
Oh, so the size is, first of all, quite surprising, because as I said, it's at least 1,000 times more massive than the previous two visitors, and you just don't expect something as huge as that to come before you see, let's say, 1,000 more smaller objects. And also the trajectory was aligned with the planets, which is very surprising, because the chance of that happening at random is 1 in 500. So in that sense, that raised my alert to the object, and so we just need to get more data about it. There is also nickel shed by this object, much more than iron, and that is a signature of technological manufacturing of nickel alloys. So the object is strange, but it could be that all of these quite rare properties are by chance. Like we need to figure them out, understand where they're coming from, and especially keep our eyes on it for the next few months, just to make sure that it doesn't maneuver and doesn't release any mini probes that could affect the Earth and in an unexpected way. And so altogether, I ranked it 4 on a scale where 10 is definitely technological and 0 is definitely natural. This is now called the Loeb scale, and I say that it is sufficiently unusual for us to keep an eye on it, but it may not be it may not raise any reason for concern as of now, until we notice something that definitely makes it technological. For example, we can see that it maneuvers in ways that rocks do not. We can see some artificial lights coming from it, or we can detect a radio signal from it. There are all kinds of ways by which you realize something is technological. We haven't seen that yet, but we need to look at it. And it will be closest to Earth actually on December 19th, which is just the week before Christmas. I hope it will not ruin any holiday events. So that's when we should get as much data about it from Earth. And then on March 16th, 2026, it will come closest to Jupiter. it came very close to Mars. By very close, I mean relative to the size of the solar system, and very close to, it will come very close to Jupiter. And these are features that we also didn't expect, because if it were to arrive at a random time, it wouldn't come so close to these planets. They move around the sun over periods of years, and why would it be at the right time, at the right place to be so close to them? And that was perhaps another signature of planning or fine-tuning of its arrival.
Avi, you mentioned the light, you mentioned how it moves. I'm not you, you're an expert in all of this. I blame everything on the Chinese spy balloons. But in all seriousness though, when we talk about capabilities to even build something like this, who would be behind an interstellar spaceship? Who has the technology, if we're thinking not alien, to even build or create something of this magnitude in the first place? I see you're shaking your head, so I don't know if you have an answer to that, but that was the first place my mind went. Yeah, that's an excellent question. I should say that Arthur C. Clarke, he has this science fiction novel, A Rendezvous with Rama, where he imagined a situation where a cylindrical spacecraft arrives in the inner solar system, and the astronomers notice it, and it has a size of tens of kilometers, what we are talking about. So he already imagined such an arrival. Now, to your question, yes, it requires a huge amount of energy, well beyond what we can construct. Even Starship, the biggest rocket that we built, is smaller than 100 meters. And this one, I'm talking about an object that is at least 50 times bigger than that. So we definitely don't have the ability to imagine how you build such a thing, how you launch it. But keep in mind that the sun is relatively young. The sun is a young star. It formed only in the last 1/3 of cosmic history. So most of the stars formed billions of years before the sun. And just imagine a civilization like ours that existed a few billion years before us. That civilization had enough time to develop technologies that go well beyond what we currently possess. It had the benefit of time. And you may ask, okay, how long does it take for them to arrive at our backyard? That again is less than 1 billion years. So even with the Voyager spacecraft, the technology that we already used, Voyager will be on the opposite side of the Milky Way galaxy in 1 billion years. So it's not impossible to imagine that they would reach us as long as they develop the ability to launch such a huge thing. And then, the final point I'll make is that there are lots of risks on Earth. It's not clear how long humanity would survive. And the one thing we should contemplate is, building a habitat in space that we can go to from Earth just to save humanity if there is a huge catastrophe looming over the horizon. We haven't contemplated that, we haven't thought about it, but if we invest a significant fraction of the military budgets worldwide towards going to space, we're talking about $1 trillion a year or so. That's the level of funding. If we put $1 trillion a year instead of to fighting each other on Earth, but to explore space, we can in principle build a space platform that would accommodate people comfortably within a century from now. I don't see a major issue. It's just a question of resources, putting all the architects, the best scientists possible, and putting money into it such that we can accommodate people in space for long periods of time. And I'm talking about a century. That's a very short time. And if you had 1 billion years to spare, then clearly you can imagine a future where humans will be in space as long as worldwide. If we not, and that kid is more advanced than we are.
Let's be honest, we're not making it past like 2050.
And it may inspire us to change priorities and work together, because we are all in the same boat.
I think that's like the main thing. There's so many AI things though.
Record. Some of it can sound pretty insane. So today we're going to cut through the noise, and we are getting to the bottom of everything you actually need to know about 3i Atlas. Let's talk about the journey.
He's so much louder than the previous video though. What's going on there?
Of this interstellar object. Right now, 3i Atlas is making its closest approach to the sun. We call this phase perihelion, and the peak occurs on October 29th, when the object will pass within about 210 million kilometers of our star. although in space we typically use a larger form of measurement. That's the astronomical unit, or AU. 1 AU represents the average distance between the Earth and the Sun, which helps us to bring a familiar sense of scale to the vastness of the solar system. So the perihelion of 3I Atlas occurs at 1.4 astronomical units away from the Sun, which means it doesn't actually get that close. It's somewhere just inside the orbit of Mars. But this will be the time of peak activity for 3I Atlas. This is the hottest that it will get, which means that a lot of material from the surface of the object is going to get blasted out into space. Now, that's normal for a comet. We call this process sublimation. It's what happens when a solid material transitions directly into a gas, because there's no liquid in the vacuum of space. And sublimation is what gives a comet its distinct look, with a fuzzy halo and a long tail. The halo is made of all the gas and dust being ejected from the hard surface of the object. It's technically known as the coma. The tail is created by solar wind. That's a name for the waves of radiation that constantly flow from the surface of the Sun. This wind blows back all of the lightest bits of dust and gas from the coma and pushes it away from the comet. It's a spectacular piece of cosmic ballet, and unfortunately, we don't get to see this happening to 3I Atlas as it flies through its peak exposure to the Sun because we are on the wrong side. Call it fate or call it something else, our view of the perihelion is completely blocked out by the glare of the Sun. Okay, so we know where 3I Atlas is right now, and we have a pretty good idea of what it's doing, so while we wait for it to reappear on the other side, that gives us an opportunity to investigate how it got here in the first place, and this is a deeply fascinating story. We have been tracking 3I Atlas since July 2025. It was officially spotted by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, or ATLAS, which is actually a bunch of telescopes all around the world in places like Hawaii, Chile, and South Africa. What they do is stare at the night sky and look for moving objects. And that is what they saw on the night of July 1st, just another moving object. So they classify it as a new asteroid, and they're ready to move on. But then they notice something weird about this one. It's moving too fast. Everything in space is constantly in motion, and every object in the solar system rotates around the Sun because we are all trapped by its force of gravity. The fact that we are moving is what keeps us from falling into the well of gravity, and the closer you get to the Sun, the faster you have to move in order to stay afloat. But if you start to move fast enough, then you actually start to rise up, out of the well. And if you reach a certain velocity, then you break free completely of the Sun's gravity, and you can fly out into interstellar space. You enter the void of nothingness that exists between stars. And when astronomers clocked the velocity of this new asteroid, they were shocked. This was the fastest moving object ever detected in our solar system. Let's establish some scale here. The planet Earth orbits the Sun at a speed of 30 kilometers per second. That's us. We're moving pretty fast, and we're pretty close to the Sun. But there are planets that are a lot closer. Here is Mercury, 0.4 astronomical units from the surface of the Sun. It gets cooked, and to avoid falling into the gravity well, Mercury has to orbit at a velocity of around 48 kilometers per second. The new object discovered by Atlas was moving at 58 kilometers per second, and at the time, it was still way out there, just inside the orbit of Jupiter. That's about 4.5 AU away from the Sun. And at that speed, it was clear that this object was going to blow straight past the Sun and just keep on going. We call this a hyperbolic trajectory, meaning that this thing had come from the void, from interstellar space, and that's where it was going to return after completing its grand tour of our solar system. This is when the name 3I Atlas came to be, Third Interstellar Object, which means there were two before it. You probably know this one, Oumuamua, the first ever identified interstellar visitor. It was also pretty weird, although it was weird in a totally different way than Atlas is, and we'll get deeper into that very soon. But we also have a second interstellar object, the often overlooked middle child, 2I Borisov, which was actually not that weird. Aside from the fact that it was interstellar, it basically just acted like a normal comet. So, if anything, it was weirdly not weird. There are three big differences between 3I Atlas and its interstellar siblings. One is size. It's literally
what do you mean
much
I don't
bigger.
own that
Oumuamua was up to 400 meters across. Borisov was as wide as 1 kilometer, but 3I Atlas could be up to 5.6 kilometers in width. Two is speed. Atlas travels at about double the velocity of Oumuamua and Borisov. And 3 is the direction that the object came from. And this is the really weird one.
The wow signal.
Oumuamua came in from above, from the northern sky, which is the general direction that the solar system is moving. So we're all orbiting the Sun, but the Sun itself is also orbiting around the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and it's dragging us along with it. So as much as Oumuamua hit us, we also kind of ran into it.
Not an ad.
2I Borisov did mostly the same thing. It came in at more of a diagonal angle than straight on, but from the same general direction. Now, 3I Atlas is not another head-on collision. This one is a T-bone, and it's coming in on that side angle in almost perfect alignment with all of the planets. Our solar system is like a disk of stuff that all formed around the sun. Over time, all of that stuff kept smashing into each other and forming into planets and moons and asteroids and things, but it all remained in a relatively flat disk shape. We call that disk the plane of the ecliptic. There are only a few things that are a little bit offset from that plane. The most recognizable one would be Pluto. Its orbit is tilted by 17 degrees, so sometimes it's a little above the plane of the ecliptic and sometimes it's below. It's important to know that so we can appreciate how well aligned 3I Atlas actually is. The interstellar object is only 3 degrees off from that ecliptic plane. It hit our solar system in perfect alignment with the disk. Space is 3-dimensional, and that object could have come from any direction. So to have something hit us almost perfectly side on, it's a very big coincidence. But that leads us into an even bigger question. Where did 3I Atlas come from? Well, we know that it came from the direction of the galactic core. So if we look at the Milky Way galaxy from this usual top-down perspective, you are here in this kind of outer half of the galaxy, located in a spiral arm. When you see the Milky Way in the night sky, that's the next spiral arm over. Anyway, 3I Atlas came from the direction of this bright core in the middle. It's bright because it's full of stars, and they're packed together much more tightly than the ones in our neighborhood. But again, space is 3-dimensional, so to really understand where 3I Atlas originated, we need to flip the galaxy over to a side view. And just like our solar system, most of the stuff in the Milky Way is concentrated in a thin disk around the core. But also like our solar system, there are a few things that kind of hang out above and below the thin disk. In the galaxy, we call that area the thick disk. It's a lot less crowded in the thick disk, so you don't get nearly as many giant collisions and supernova explosions and black holes and stuff. So things in this region tend to just hang out undisturbed for very long periods of time. And that's where astronomers believe 3I Atlas came from, this ancient region of space, which could make it as old as 7.6 billion years, nearly twice the age of our own planet. Now, we'll probably never be able to trace the journey of 3I Atlas all the way back to its point of origin, but astronomers have recently managed to backtrack over 10 million years, and they've identified 93 stars that the object would have encountered over that period. But what's deeply fascinating is that over the course of that 10 million years, the closest it would have come to any of those 93 other stars was a distance of 0.3 light years. That's 63,000 astronomical units, and right now, 3I Atlas is just 1.4 AU away from our own sun. Now let's talk a little bit more about how 3I Atlas approached the sun and what we learned about it along the way. Even though 3I Atlas was officially discovered on July 1st, it was actually spotted for the first time on May 7th, 2025. It showed up in images captured by the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, or TESS. It's an observatory that orbits the Earth and looks deep into the galaxy, trying to identify new planets in other star systems. And for a period of about 1 month, TESS just happened to be looking in the direction of 3I Atlas. This gave us the opportunity to track the object as it moved through the orbit of Jupiter. The first thing that astronomers wanted to measure was the object's brightness and how it changed over time. That's going to tell us about what this thing is made of. We know that in the 1 month period that 3I Atlas was observed by TESS, it traveled about 1 AU in the direction of the sun, so we would expect it to get brighter over that time. Astronomers use a term called flux to describe the perceived brightness of an object in space. Here's an example of how this works. Think about how bright the sun appears from your location at noon on a clear day. Now imagine you're transported to the surface of Mercury. That same sun is going to suddenly appear a whole lot brighter, bright enough to incinerate you. Now, the actual brightness of the sun didn't change, only your perception of it. That is flux. So astronomers had a hypothesis that the flux of 3I Atlas would increase by a factor of 1.5 between May and June. But data from TESS showed that the flux actually increased by a factor of 5. So there was a massive increase in the amount of light being reflected by this object. And that's how we know that this isn't an asteroid. So it must be a comet that's beginning to form its coma of gas and dust, which is what's reflecting all of that excess light. Only there are two weird things about this observation. One has to do with the polarization of light. Now this is a tough one to explain, so we're going to oversimplify here. When light from the sun hits that cloud of gas and dust around 3I Atlas, it's going to scatter in different directions. But the direction that the light bounces is not random. It can tell us a lot about the material that the light is hitting. If the light scatters off to the side at a right angle or perpendicular, then we call that positive polarization. If the light bounces straight back in a parallel direction, then we call that negative polarization. Most objects in space have a mostly positive polarization, even interstellar objects. 2i Borisov was positive, but 3i Atlas is negative, and not only that, it has the most extreme negative polarization of any object ever discovered. That is pretty weird, and it's just one of the many oddities about 3i Atlas that tells us not all solar systems are the same. What we think is normal here would be weird somewhere else, and what's normal in a different star system is considered weird around here. And then the second surprising thing about the coma of 3i Atlas was the fact that it even existed at all. Remember, we're looking at this period between May and June, and 3i Atlas is still way out there beyond the orbit of Jupiter. This is over 5 AU away from the sun. It's cold out there. It's so cold that we don't typically spot comets at 5 AU because they typically have not begun to form their coma yet.
Sophie, are
but
you
seriously,
here?
I actually have a way normal life for a teenage girl. I mean, I get up, I brush my teeth, and I pick out my school clothes.
Is this bowing?
They're still frozen solid. It's not usually until somewhere between 3 and 4 AU that the sublimation process really kicks in. And that's because typical comets from our solar system are typically made of water ice, which needs a lot of energy to melt. But as we continue to observe 3i Atlas and we started pointing our most powerful telescopes directly at it, we learned that the coma was actually dominated by CO2 gas. It did have some water vapor, but the ratio of CO2 was much higher at around 8:1. That's basically the opposite or inverse of what we are used to finding in comets. If you've ever seen dry ice before, it's typically used to create a smoky effect for live performances. That's frozen CO2. It has to be created and stored at incredibly cold temperatures, and as soon as it's removed from the deep freeze, dry ice will instantly begin to sublimate, making that signature cloud of gas. That is what 3i Atlas was doing way out there in space. And that's why its coma formed so early, because CO2 ice melts at a much lower temperature than water ice. And we've continued to observe 3i Atlas on its approach to the sun. We've seen that ratio of CO2 and water begin to flip. By late in September, as it was passing through the orbit of Mars at just over 1.5 AU, the object had actually begun to release a massive amount of water vapor, about the equivalent of a fire hose running at full blast, which is actually more water than we would expect even from a normal comet at this distance. We've never seen so much water vapor appear so suddenly. The same thing can be said for metal in the coma of 3i Atlas. When it was observed over the summer, astronomers detected a small amount of nickel in the surrounding cloud, but they did not detect any iron. So a couple of things to note here. One is that nickel and iron are pretty common in the universe because they are formed inside the core of a dying star. Then that star goes supernova and blasts these metals out into the surrounding area of space, where it gets pulled in by new stars that are beginning to form their own planetary disk, and then the process repeats. So because nickel and iron come from the same place, they're typically found together in planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. So when we see a lot of nickel but no iron, we wonder where the iron went, what process separated them. And thing number two, it's weird to see any metal at all sublimating from 3i Atlas given its distance to the sun when this observation was made. It's still way out beyond Mars in the region of the asteroid belt, which is still very cold, and the process of sublimation is driven by heat. Now, when it comes to CO2, we know that it doesn't need much heat in order to melt, but when we're talking about metal, there's something else going on. Likely, the massive release of CO2 is dragging nickel atoms along with it, but that still doesn't account for the iron deficiency. Now, just like water vapor made a very sudden appearance in the coma of 3i Atlas, the same thing did eventually happen with iron. By late into September, astronomers had started to detect iron for the first time in the coma, and then, very quickly, the ratio of nickel to iron changed to a more normal combination of the two. So 3i Atlas is becoming more normal over time, but it's getting there in a very strange way. Now, let's...
Hold on a minute. I need to delete my... What the fuck? I need to delete the previous stream video because I don't want to get a copyright strike. It's like this one. Oh, I should probably also remove this one, right? Bless anyone that watched that. It was just me talking to Jay. It was just me talking to Jay for like 20 minutes. How do I fucking delete a YouTube video? I don't even... Ah. There's my answer. Although it did say it'll completely get rid of the analytics from it, which is unfair. Should have just privated it, I guess. This was the one I started earlier. Let's delete. Alright. This one though I will probably keep up though, because it's an actual stream where I'm actually doing shit, right? A bit of streamception, hold on, when it catches up. Damn. I want a big streamception. So have I just gotta wait for each me to then click on the live? I've got 3 of me on the screen right now. This probably sounds awful though. Oh yeah. Okay, this is dumb. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Let's get back to this.
Let's talk about tails. This is another area where 3i Atlas has behaved a little different from your average comet. And that's mostly because the first time we saw a tail forming around 3i Atlas back in the summer, it was pointing in the wrong direction. This object initially formed a sun-facing tail. This is unusual because the tail is considered to be an effect of the solar wind interacting with the coma. The solar wind blows away from the sun, so therefore we expect the tail to float in that direction. In this case, it didn't, which could be related to the early formation of the coma, which was due to the high CO2 concentration. Because the object began sublimating at a very long distance from the sun, it's possible that the solar wind just wasn't strong enough yet to push the cloud of gas and dust away. So what we saw was more of that cloud accumulating on the warm side of the object, the sun-facing side, before it encountered...
How is he still speaking like a normal speed and he's times 1.25? 0.35.
A strong enough wind to form a conventional tail.
Okay.
Which is what 3i Atlas eventually did. By September, a short fan-shaped tail facing away from the sun had developed, which is pretty normal. Not all comets have long streaking tails like what we're used to seeing in illustrations. The length of the tail varies according to what the comet is made of and its distance to the sun. For example, Hale-Bopp is pretty famous for having a gigantic tail when it was observed in 1997, but it was also very close to the sun at that time, about 0.9 AU, 1/2 of an AU closer than 3i Atlas will ever get to the sun. So, of course, it experienced more sublimation and solar wind, which shaped that tail. And it's around this time that we actually get our closest possible observation of 3i Atlas, but the view doesn't come from the Earth, it comes from...
Hold on, I'm gonna open the door to my room, so if a ferret wants to come in, I can then grab them. You are welcome in, ferrets. Oh, I wish I could catch this ducklet on stream, on the chat, but I think I've run out of Pokeballs. Wait, if I go to my Pokemon game, what do I have? So, I have a Ninjask who's what, level 1? That sucks. Okay, this is a banger, hold on. Froakie's my favorite. Oh, level 15 Krabby. Damn. Do I have enough for a team yet? Level 7 Inkay Froakie, level 4 Clobberpuss Drampa, and level 1 Ninjask. I do have balls. Maybe I need to buy some normal Pokeballs. Five. Yeah. Cool. Alright. So, can I like... I don't know how this works. I need to add a Pokemon to my team. How do I do that? So regular Pokeball is exclamation mark Pokecatch. One sec, guys. Just figured I should probably
sexy.
I've changed the Twitch stream because we're gonna I'm done with the 3i Atlas stuff now, I think. Sorry if anyone's come through on Twitter or X, I guess you could call it that. I have not seen anything though. Drop me a DM like if you've tried. There's a pop-out chat option though. Sorry about the noise of my PC as well, I can just fucking hear. It's so annoying. We'll be getting a new PC in 2026. So we stocked up on some Pokeballs. That's good. Earn loyalty by catching Pokemon. Your loyalty is tracked separately in each channel. So on my own stream, I've caught 2 Pokemon, so I have 2 loyalty points. There's an increased stone drop chance by 5% in this stream, whatever that means. And for each loyalty reward, you get increased chances of getting things. So, this is about as far as I've got with knowing how this works. You can throw a regular Pokeball by simply typing PokeCatch. If you want to use a different ball type, you need to specify it. Use !PokeCatch and then ball name to throw a special ball. So it would be like !PokeCatch Great Ball. If you buy 10 balls at once from the shop, you will receive a free Premier Ball as a bonus. Ah, should have read that first, shouldn't I? What's this? Timer Ball. Okay. So do I have to do this to get onto the next tutorial? Okay. I'll try and remember that next time a new Pokemon comes on. I have no idea what this points leaderboard thing is, but hey, that's there. So I can't like I can't battle. Like, how do I make a team? How do I add them to a team? I don't get it. It's a battle button on the I might have just figured it out. So we have Krabby. These all are like water Pokemon. Krabby, Froakie, Inkay. Is Psychic? That doesn't seem right. But I do not know modern Pokemon. Little Clobopus. Fighting. Drampa. Dragon and normal. And a level 1 Ninjask, hell yeah. Wonder how much I suck if I go to battle then. So these are the OGs. No. So I can battle a bot. I don't know what the difference between Gauntlet and Stadium is. You can only use each Pokemon species once. Well, that sounds like it sucks. Why would anyone do that? Stadium. Okay. You definitely starting on easy. Okay, easy bot has Paris. It's got little question marks here. Extrasensory. Use attacks with an odd unseeable power. This may also make the target flinch. Bubble clamp. Okay. My very thick and sturdy shell for 4 to 5 turns. Glaciate. So Paris is like a buggy dude. I don't know what's strong. Surely water's not strong against a bug, right? Maybe we try Glaciate. Super effective. Oh fuck. What level is this shit? Oh, it says about the effectiveness there. Ah. Okay. It doesn't say what level it is though. TSC. It's got their base stats. I don't know what level it is. Glaciate again. It missed! Fuck yeah. I actually get my first knockout on this game. Wait, did it get knocked out or no? Mastiff. Dark. It's weak to bug fighting fairy. Do we have any bug fighting fairy? Clobberpuss is fighting. And Clobberpuss is paralyzed. Oh shit! I wasn't paralyzed very well. Drowsy. Oh shit, he's strong against this. That's not good. Mind Reader could be good. Oh, okay, now he's paralyzed. No, the paralysis works. Let's go Inkay. So it's weak against Bug, Ghost, Dark. So we'll use Shadow Claw. Fuck yeah. Magma, that would be my first that would be my first fire type. Okay. I'm an Anomalocaris. I do my best. Oh, weak against water. We got a few water things. Ouch. I'm just kind of content with the fact that Inkay's gonna die here. Or not. Anorith doing Fire Punch? Where are they finding these Pokemon? Froakie time! First one I caught. Wake up in Tokyo. Magmar escaped. Fuck. Rigged for sure. Oh shit, we froze it. I go, she go. I go, she go. Who is that with the horse thing? Mythic Yoshi is live. Hi Jay. Help me, Izzy is inebriated. Oh no. How inebriated we talking? She's low, if you catch my drift. I do not catch your drift. Sadly. XP and cash. Ah, I get you now. Sorry, just too autistic at the moment. Damn. The marriage of wieners. I wish I had some weed right now. I've had a headache this whole life. It's not cool. I don't know if I can be of any help with the matter though. I mean, if she's a real problem, just I don't know, lock yourself in a room and I can talk to you, I guess. Take some cane pillars. I did have an ibuprofen and paracetamol before I got on. And I took my final gabapentin. They don't seem to have done too much, so I'll probably take an extra paracetamol as soon as I can. Oh no, I'm fucking out. For some reason we have like, I don't know if you ever have this problem, but I find the paracetamol and caffeines so much more effective than just normal paracetamol. Caffeine really helps with my pain. But when it's like late like this and I don't want any caffeine, I then don't have any normal paracetamols because we just keep forgetting to fucking buy it. So we're currently out now. I had the last one earlier. Blue light, and I do have some green glasses somewhere. I got those after I read a few studies about light therapy for fibro. They did a study where every single participant asked at the end of it if they could take home the green glasses with them because they were so effective. And I do find that the green glasses really help when I'm headachy. But I have no idea where they are either. I fucking lose everything. These weak ass painkillers. That sounds cool. I don't know if it's the same tint, but I have prescription sunglasses with a special like tint on it that I don't know, it does something that's meant to help. I should probably go get them actually. Maybe. The light in question is currently covered by some crap, but the light is still reaching me. It's still quite a lot. This one's fine. I feel like it would be too dark. Time to find out. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. Light on, light off, light on, light off. Oh, that's fine actually. Cool. I'll see if I can get it to go green, because green be good. That's kind of green. Ooh, that's cool. Ow. Green. Wait, what the fuck? So this light I have doesn't actually have its own remote, so I just have to press buttons. Why is it off now? Okay, that turned it on. There's no method to this. Where's the green gone? Green. Ow. Wait, what the fuck? Ah, fuck, I turned it off. This is not going well. Come on. Okay, that's on. I'm just not gonna touch it anymore. Okay. I think it's time to play an actual game, not this shitty Pokemon one. Get my sunglasses. got the special guest. Hey Moon. You're so soft right now. Can you take my headache away, please? Okay. Sun glizzies. Is it bad that I call my glasses glizzies? Probably. Is Izzy lurking? Are you here? Izzy lurking? I look really weird right now, but this is fine. Just chill, Mooney. You were asleep. Alright. Let me load my silly game. What are you doing? Am I not allowed to continue? Literally, you were fast asleep 3 minutes ago. I love Drapion. Give me that Drapion. Okay, if you're not staying still, I gotta move you. And I'll go somewhere else. Is this comfy? No way is this comfy. No. Okay. I'll take you out then, because you might need to poop. You go out there and poop, then you can come back. What a silly boy. Alright. What the frick am I doing? I really hope I catch that Drapion. Damn it, this isn't my laptop, so I can't turn on my lighted keyboard. So I can barely see shit with these sunglasses. Huh. That's a bit better. Hey, I caught the Drapion, let's go. And the Drapion is level 7, that's sick. Just gonna change the stream title. Alright. It's time to lose some shit. Really wish I had Overwatch and I was able to play it on here. I want to play Overwatch so bad. I have a worrying addiction. Yay, Neymar sleeves. I'm so happy about that. Yay. My favorite thing. We're gold 2 at the moment, which fucking hell pains me to say. I almost want to cry, which is the same as my support rank right now on Overwatch. Gold 2. Ugh. Pain. Pain. Let's play this Blue Eyes Bestial. Maybe I'll head over to my Xbox and continue the stream playing Overwatch. I'll play a few games of this first though, at least. Oh, we had a naughty person in chat. They're banned now. Naughty, naughty. Uh-oh. Ash? Okay. It's not awful, I guess. They could have ashed something much worse, I guess. What the fuck? Why did they surrender? They just saw I was playing Blue Eyes and was like, no. Or that I did something after they ashed rather than quitting myself. Bizarre. But we're gold 1. It's now, I want to die, but it's higher than my Overwatch support rank. It's actually the same as my open queue rank. For the first time ever, my open queue rank on Overwatch is my highest rank. It's usually like my lowest. Can't really do anything else with this deck right now. Maybe we take Return of the Dragonlords out, because there's so many ways we can get our Blue Eyes out from the graveyard and add another triple tech. That seems good to me. Also need to finally rename this deck, because there's no Invoked in here anymore. It's just Blue Eyes Bestial. Bro. Okay. How long have we been streaming? The stream has been going hour 43. Okay, they've got generic field, generic mate, the rescue rabbit. Which, fun fact, I won a Yu-Gi-Oh! Competition. I've actually won 2 or 3 now. And I have a plushie of rescue rabbit that I got as part of one of the wins. Flower Cardian. Excuse me, what the fuck? This is gonna be a bit of stream inception, but I'm sorry. Can I change the name of my... Can I change my stream name? I'm guessing there's a gaming category. A. Okay, sorry about that. I really need a second screen so that I can do shit like that without fucking everything up. Everything I do it all for you, for you. Okay, it's special blue eyes. Oh, I didn't know. I thought I had to special blue eyes from my graveyard for some reason, for that to happen. That's nice. Okay, what the fuck? It changed my Twitch stream name though as well, and my category. What does this actually do? I can target a light tuner and increase or decrease its level by 1. So at the moment we can bring out a 9, but also have 10. If you want to go for Baron, I'm not going to do that though. Oh wait, Neo Kaiser Seahorse is a tuner himself. Ah. Yeah, this is literally like the first time I've actually summoned him. I've never had him in my hand. I must have played like 20-30 duels with this deck now. And he's a 3-of, I have 3 of him. shit. It has another effect. What do I want to send? Another maiden? No. Kyberman? Yeah, Curlia can suck it. I don't want to catch a Curlia. Let's go. Branded regained. Perm's a nice draw. Should I summon Vela and go into another thing? Yeah, I probably should. Because Spirit Dragon is not once per turn. That's dumb. Allow me for taking so long on this turn. It's my first duel of the night. I'm allowed to take ages. Oh damn, whoever this pianist is, they're really sexy. If you can even hear the piano. What the fuck? The fuck is that? Labyrinth tank retrain. Cannot attack the turn it's summoned. They're fucking... It's a bot, surely. This is a bot. There's no way. Okay, let's just try win this turn then, I guess. Shouldn't be too hard. Nice, we got Libellion. Let's get Magnamats. Let's activate Magnamats. Banishing... Wait, they had Maiden with Eyes of... Yeah, they've got random cards in their deck, it's a bot. Activate that. Activate that. They can have that back, but I get to draw the card. Also, I hope. Yeah. Okay. Sage. Yes. Oh, let's choose Kyberman the Legend. Rebellion. Do I have branded Lost? Branded Beast. And it's face up. Okay. Let's go Spirit. Effect. Blue Eyes. Yes. Now let's go Baron de Fleur. Pop their card. You should have game. We'll also get to trigger Jet Dragon, possibly. Yep. It's another body. Let the bodies hit the field. Switch to attack. Kinda a bit fine with the timing. Three more wins till plat. You know what, I want to play Overwatch so damn bad. I'm gonna switch right now. Like the good switch I am. I mean, it would be really nice actually to play some League. It's been so long since I played League. I miss it. Oh my god, I forget how everything is so bright. Jesus Christ. But playing League would be sick. I haven't played League in so long. I don't know if my computer can handle that anymore though. So I'm currently toing and froing between playing Overwatch on the Xbox, but that would mean no multi-stream. That would mean no webcam, no overlays, no background music, no sexy little images like this one. There's none of that if I stream on Xbox. It's just like I've played one game of fucking Master Duel and I'm already like, I don't want to play anymore. You know what? Let's not give in that easy. I'll play one more. I will play one more. Yo beloved streamer, yo beloved viewer. Hello, hello. The stream is going okay. Just having a bit of a decision-making crisis over whether to switch to an Xbox stream. But that would mean, like, you know, not having webcam, not having music in the background. Thank you so much for coming in and dropping a follow. I really, really appreciate that. There is meant to be a streaming element that pops up when someone follows, but I haven't seen one. How are you? Give you a little shout out to. Join me in following. Is it Ade? I have a song with someone called Jade. When did I start streaming? I don't know, that's a good question. Maybe it says somewhere in my profile. I've had a Twitch account for ages, but streaming... I've done it like on and off as like Xbox streams, but actually streaming on my PC with a webcam and everything was probably like 2 years ago, maybe. I've been streaming a lot more regularly though this year. Right, I've got a normal Sage. Made an effect. What does this guy do again? Attributing basically blue eyes. But I want to do it during my opponent's main. Or do I? No, not really. But I can negate the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Banish all monsters your opponent controls at the same time. Okay. I don't really have any specific goals, to be honest. I just do it because I enjoy it, you know? Like, I want to slowly get better at streaming and get better equipment and all that kind of stuff. And just whatever happens, happens, you know? I've got so many other things going on, like music and training. but my goal by the end of this year is to get 50 followers. I think we're at 42 or 43. I have no idea what that Pokemon is. I don't really want to catch it, to be honest. How have you been working towards it? I've just been streaming a lot more frequently, and I'm trying out multi-streaming, so like I'm live on YouTube right now as well, and Twitter. So yeah, I guess I'm just streaming more frequently, really engaging in the community a bit, that sort of thing. I'm looking at getting myself a VTuber model, getting a new PC next year, so all kinds of things. Always open to advice, I guess. Not that I necessarily need it. My Discord should be somewhere, available somewhere. This is kind of annoying. I guess I get another spirit dragon, just like last time. But I believe off the top of my head my Discord username is Tom_Hatchcraft. So it's just my name, like it is here on the channel, but with an underscore. Alright, let's set thingamajiggy. This one. Bonk. That's a thing I need to definitely sort out. Because I don't believe I have it put into my chat. Yeah, no. A lot of streamers have a thing where you just type that in chat and it comes up automatically with the Discord link. Do you see on my profile there's a link that says all social and music links? It will be in that list. But my username should be this. Okay, what the frick just happened? They got rid of True Light, I guess. Lightning Storm. Got rid of True Light. Necro Valley. Fun. Can't actually do anything, that's mad. Okay. Let me load up my Discord. Where's my damn Discord? Yeah. should probably implement that. But like, what are they gonna do with that? It's just gonna bring out another spy. As you can see, my Discord is loading. Ooh, I'm gonna try and fusion summon by the looks of it. I will imperm this. But how you doing today, bro? My Discord's open, there it is. So you say you are this. Sent. What a shitty draw. I think I actually probably lose this now. 2 fucking trap cards in a row I drew. Like, Nibiru's not gonna come up. Can't believe I'm losing to fucking Gravekeeper. Yeah, it's GG's. It is GG's. You didn't answer me. How are you doing? Yeah, so this game is dookie. It's over. Okay, they're just taking the piss now. They keep using their effects and they're finally ending it. You might be up to here. Well, we can't end on a loss, can we? Is this gonna get ashed? Yes, it is. How did I know? It's the fucking feet. Those feet, bro. But triple tack time. Let's do this effect. Okay, sure. Let's see what they got in their hand. A Nibiru, a Dotscaper, and Signet Mining. If it's sent to the graveyard, special it. If it's banished, special it. Send one card from your hand to the graveyard, add a level 4 Cyburst. So it's Signet Mining, isn't it? And we know they got Nibiru in hand. I've pretty much made up my mind that after this we will be going to an Xbox stream, do some Overwatch. Hello to anyone on YouTube who for some reason is watching this live, like on demand, or if anyone's just popped in live, I can't really see. But thanks for people watching. That's 2 special summons. That's 3 special summons. So we just got 1 more to get through Nibiru. I bet they've like redrawn Signet Mining again. And that's 4. What are we setting, boys? Ultimate Fusion's alright. Gonna go for this one though. Majesty of the White Dragons. I'm gonna end turn. Wait, what the fuck? When did I summon 5? Well, I guess I can negate it or something. I can do this. think that's a misplay. I don't think there's anything I could have done. Well, that sucks balls, doesn't it? To get the Spirit Dragon back, that's not too bad, but they now have 8 in hand. That's so fucking annoying. I couldn't count. I knew they had Nibiru and I couldn't count to 5. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's in a graveyard. I guess I can do this. Although it's just gonna go anyway, isn't it? Destroy all monsters you control. I guess we do this then. I guess I could have impermed just to take a column out, but there everything goes. Well, that's just gonna destroy that as well, isn't it? Sure, we'll do that. Bruh. Okay. The feet strike again. Which effect is it? Please tell me which effect that is. No. Hey Miles. What's up? I'm okay, bro. How are you? I hope I didn't just miss you. I was checking the YouTube chat. We are ending this stream on a dub. And then I'm gonna continue on my Xbox playing Overwatch. Same as last time, really, bro. He's working another night shift. Probably he's very tired. I don't know what I could even do on the crackback. They could just climb into access code and end. Tomorrow, I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. Need to get back to schoolwork. Okay. Actually gonna change decks now because that one is peeing me off. Let's go, branded. Let's go. I hope this is another bot, then it'll be an easy win. Well, this is not going to be. The username is banmaxi. Okay. I guess that counts as a win. Okay. I'll take that. Yeah, the Twitter live is kind of dead. Same with the YouTube live. But yeah, I will be continuing the stream. Do not go anywhere, peeps. Unless, of course, you're on YouTube or Twitter. Then hop over to Twitch. And we'll be playing some Overwatch. But thank you, Miles, thank you, Ade, thank you, Jay, Izzy. I saw you lurking, Izzy. I saw you freaking lurking. But the best way to watch these lives and stay up to date with these lives is on Twitch. Tom_Hutchcraft on twitch.tv. And add notifications on so you know when I go live. But as for YouTube and Twitter, I will say bye-bye to you. Let me boop. Hopefully we can get this TikTok live to work. It never seems to want to work. It's coming up with a black screen. That's something I have to figure out again. I got close to getting it to work today, but not quite. My skin looks so clear. Not often is it this clear. What the fuck is going on? Anyways, before I start, you know, interrupting myself too much, this guy is really important. He's very important. But we will be ending the stream for YouTube and Twitter. Again, if you're on Twitch, don't go anywhere. And I'll see you over on Xbox. Give me like 5 minutes. I'll be on Overwatch. You'll get a notification that I'm live again. It'll just have no webcam, which is a shame. No webcam, no overlay, this thing. Also kind of bummed that my my element thing didn't work properly. I don't know why that is. I don't know if you can see that, but I've just tested it and it says it works, so something's wrong, or dude that followed was lying about following. Did that work for you guys though? Yeah, it pops up. Maybe it did pop up when that guy followed, I just didn't hear it. But hey, that's something else for me to figure out. I'm always constantly trying to figure shit out and get better at this. I didn't realize how much of my room you can see. And how it's tilted. That's so rude. I don't think it's tilted now. Well, not as much. Okay. Bit of Mac Miller's been going on in the background recently. But the stream is coming to an end for YouTube and Twitter. I was about to say TikTok as well, but it's not working, as I said. A wild wishy-washy is in chat, by the way. Try catch it.
Fucking henchman, come now, peep the poetics. Interstellar travel through the third, I don't regret it. Feel like he been locked inside a cage, even though he been vetted. Thoughts of depression while he on Reddit, come now get it. Your mind's a dark room, focused on the negative. Just let let your life develop, boy, don't get ahead of it. Young and on the rise, had no one to advise. Terrified of demise in a world that lies underground. He was born, always dreamed of the skies. Deep down, he was torn till he realized that none of it really matters anyway. Any day you could turn your tables like Premiere and renovate. Yes, he a genius, but he do not give a fuck to annotate. He got that
to the guy that added me on Discord, you're probably not going to see this because I don't think you're here now, but I don't really reply on Discord that much. I'm not often on my laptop or my PC. Best way to get me is always Instagram. Follower goal, it appears we're 8 away. I think we lost a follower but then gained another one this stream, so still at 42.
Focus on the love that you're surrounded by. I wonder why this world is always trying to drown the God. The water's rising all around me, wonder can it drown the sky? Thinking every day I feel like Thanos, infinite ammo. Done more tours than camo. Me and my famo, sipping scotch, getting blammo. Pour another handle. My family history with addiction don't hold a candle. My diction will dismantle any television with infinite channels. Peep the English, word to Chuck, now let me sing this. So let me to bring this into the forefrontal lobe. Never thought this shit was from the basement around the globe. Circumnavigation, you know we constantly in rotation. Shotgun and blunts like shoguns coming for cuts. Assassin, 7 samurai steadily slashing. Now imagine rhyming without a passion. Whiplashing due to envy and never compassion. It's like snake eater without a ration. Forget about the art that check yourself before you cash in. Remember them lashings, they never lash out. Internally exhausted and passed out. Focus on the path, don't ruminate on the past route. Stand on your business. Hold up, stand on your business. Man, fuck a wish list. Can't live your life like it's on layaway. Living like it's only a day away. It's only now, homie. So do it now, homie. All we got is now, homie. So hold it down, homie. I got it now, homie. You got it now, homie. All we got is now, homie. All we got is now, homie. All we got is now.
So it didn't come up on my activity feed, the follower, so that's weird too. Right, I'm gonna go onto my Xbox now. I might keep this stream going until I'm ready to stream on my Xbox, end this one, start the next one. But my ugly mug goes, even though my skin is looking weirdly good today.
Yeah. I wanna see you in, look. I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open. Come take a ride, we can go where you like. I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open. Come take a ride, we can go where you like. I wanna see you in slow motion. She's slow, but the whip fast. Foot down, give her whiplash. Yeah, you and I, we a mismatch. Your life goals already did that. Driving through the Hollywood hills with a battery on my right. Left hand drive through the city at night. This a warning to the game, better put up a fight. Cause I be on my way and I ain't being polite. I'm taking over like Roman Caesar. Got a one-way ticket to the life I've been dreaming. Bulletproof to the pain, got natural anesthesia. Like your girlfriend's dinner, I get better with season. Don't blink or you'll miss it. She's sending me signals like hieroglyphics. And I don't even need the digits. She got me on IG, she know. I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open. Come take a ride, we can go where you like. I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open. Come take a ride, we can go where you like. I wanna see you in slow motion.
Going slow, but she come fast. Only race where I come last. 93 boy, popping like a B-boy. Breaking down the bitches, make her freaking like a D-boy. Beast when it comes to the motions. I the creme de la creme with a lotion. Robert clear legit like it's an analog. I'm a dog, when I chill his pussy, I'm a demigod. Everything I'm doing like that, babe, keep it on the low. Hey, you might be doing it good, I do it better though. Keep the clip from under the hood, I watch her body glow. Fire when I'm using my hood, she knows she wanna blow. to the honey when they come around me. You wanna be the one, but I wanna have three. Introverted and converted, extroverted. I feel I deserve it.
Slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open. Come take a ride, we can go where you like. I wanna see you in slow motion. Come stay the night, we can stay up till it's bright. In the morning, got the top open. Come take a ride, we can go where you like. I wanna see you in slow motion. Early hours, break bread cause the world is ours. Road trip, taking every bit of hope with. Now I'm in this scope, bitch, shooting down that whole shit. Top down, take a pic when the wind blow. Slow-mo, got 'em rolling down the window. Yeah, we got everything but nights like this. Slow it all the way down for a second, take a hint.